Ladies and gentlemen, I do have a really sad announcement. Our brother Dawah Yisrael has passed. He has transitioned. And, I had the pleasure of interviewing him a couple of years ago on live stream on my channel. And we corresponded a few times on the phone and also by email. And I knew he was sick. He had stage 4 cancer. And, so he was dealing with that towards the end of his life. I'm just so grateful that I did get to know him. I'm going to miss him. And he was starting a few years ago a radio show, and he wanted to invite me on there. And I know he also was trying to run for mayor of Benton Harbor, Michigan. That's where he lived. And even at the time that I interviewed him, his mother back then was ailing and he was taking care of her. So he had his hands full, especially towards the end of his life. So, as you can see, he was born March 4th, 1971, and he transitioned on December 12th, 2022, very young, 51, which is not old at all in today's standards. And I did know his legal name because he did tell me, his legal name was Jamie Davis. So I did know that. So, wow, what a loss. And it just seems like so many of the people that, are transitioning are so young. These are not even people up in age. I'm noticing just a whole bunch of young people. I even saw that in my family. I know y'all remember back in 2021, I lost multiple family members, and it wasn't even all illness. That's the thing. So it's just stunning to see how many young people have transitioned just over the last 2, 3 years. And it just seems like that number continues to go up. So I know, Dawa told me about his time in the service, and he was over there, I believe, Operation Operation Desert Storm. He was over there for that. And he was telling me what it was like being over there in the service during that time, and how, some of the Iraqi men approached him and said, what are you black men doing here? Y'all should go home." And you know what? They were right. You know, Unfortunately, many of our brothers and sisters have served this country, and it's like a thankless thing whenever people in our community do it, you know. But if war comes up, you're the very ones they want on the front line, which they absolutely don't deserve from us at all. Okay, so on top of being an activist, Dawa also was a musician. He had a deep passion for music. And if you remember at the time when he still had an active YouTube channel, for a while he played a lot and he would sing. And he actually wrote and recorded his own music and had a CD that he was singing, that songs that he wrote. He had one called Sister, Lemonade Man, Back in the Day, People of the Sun, Is Anybody Listening? Those are just some of the titles he had. He was also a writer. He wrote a book definition of a broke ass. He also had his own television spot, and that's how I actually came across him. He had his own television spot, and he would post the episodes up on YouTube back then, and that's how I actually found him. So, it was, CANN TV on the South Side of Chicago, Illinois, where he talked about the issues. A lot of the issues were things that impacted the Black community. He was, deeply against oppression and many other topics, where, racism was involved. Jamie made important people, um, he had important people on his show. He had, someone from the Senate. He had, Dr. Umar Johnson, just to name a few. He debated white supremacists, and he was an ordained bishop, and he also preached sermons. He was also, heavily into local activism around where he lived, and he also ran for mayor. So he was a pretty active person. He didn't just sit around talking, he really got involved in things. So, y'all, I'm definitely going to miss this brother, but we all got our expiration date. His just happened to come now. He's gone, but he surely will never be forgotten, especially by me. You know, I did enjoy the times we did speak by phone. I made donations to him, and I enjoyed watching his videos when he was on YouTube. And of course, you know how it is. When you take a strong stand, they come and they won't leave you alone. And that's what happened with him. So he was strong in his views when it came down to a lot of issues. And if nothing else, he stood on his own principles, whether you agreed with him or not. But my prayers to Dawah Yisrael, also known as Jamie Lee Davis, I pray for him. I pray for his family. And if there is anyone raising money, from his family, please get in contact with me because I would definitely make a donation. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.